Hey yo, what it do YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10, and what I got for you today is some NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Now the build that I have for you today happens to be a perfect Shai Gilgeous-Alexander build. This might as well be a replica build because, ladies and gentlemen, we did a lot of research into this build and we made the closest thing to an SGA build you will find in this My Career build on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Now getting straight into it, as most of you know, SGA is the starting shooting guard, right-handed jersey number 2 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know what I'm saying? Formerly he was drafted by the Los Angeles Clippers, but he was traded over to the Thunder in replacement for Paul George. Height-wise, he does come in at about 6'6" while weighing an incredible 195 pounds, which is incredibly light for his size, and having an incredible 7-foot wingspan. Now, if you want to keep this as close to SGA as you can possibly get, I would insist you go with the compact body type, because for those of you who've watched the man play, you would understand that, yeah, he's not built, but at the same time, he's not a twig, in which case, compact gives you that slight little frame where it looks like you got a little bit of muscle to you, but not enough to scare everyone off. Now, as I did say, we did put a lot of research into this build because we did want to make it as close to SGA as we possibly could get. So to start off with, we had to go with an 89 on the driving layup, just because, as most of you know, about 33% of the shots over 500 that he's taken this year, a lot of them have been by the rim and a lot of them have been layups. So we had to give him a really high layup capability just because we wanted to get that gold-slithery finisher at the very minimum, as it increases a player's ability to slide through traffic, protect the ball from being stolen, and avoid contact during gathers and finishes at the rim. And if you've watched SGA play, that's basically what he does. However, he does have a capability of dunking at home, which is why we decided to go with an 80 on the drive and dunk, just because he has only attempted out of 1,500 shot attempts, 49 dunks. And with an 80 overall driving dunk, it allows you to get quick drops, double clutches off 1 and 2, as well as tomahawks and reverses. Now, the last thing to tweak was close shot. I decided to put this up to a 71. The real thinking behind it was I just wanted to boost it a little bit to give you that extra little capability when you're by the rim. Now, when it comes to shooting, anyone who's watched SGA play will tell you the truth, which is the man loves to shoot a lot of inside jump shots, which is why nearly 10% of his shots that he's taken are threes. So I wasn't really high on giving him a high 3-point jump shot. However, because of the game being what it is, and us needing to get his jump shot, which requires you to have an 82 when it comes to the mid-range jump shot and an 83 when it comes to the 82 when it comes to the 3-ball, we decided to go with a nice little split of an 84 on the mid-range jump shot, which allows us the capabilities of getting gold blinders, as well as an 83 on the 3-ball, which allows us the capabilities of getting silver agent 3s. Now, even though I did say he only took about 150 jump shots from 3, I wanted him to have the capabilities of getting silver agent 3s, because for those of you who've seen him play again, he does have a capability of shooting them, and when he usually does, he sometimes gets it off a dribble, which you need agent 3s for. Now, prior, I had thought about going with an 85-82 split, but then Hall of Fame amped isn't worth it that much to me to burn silver agent 3s. Now, when it comes to the free throw, we decided to go to 79 just because we want to have the capabilities of shooting in the rec. Plus, if you look at SGA's shooting stats from the free throw line, it is hella respectable to the point whereby there's no way I'm giving him anything less than a 79 when it comes to the free throw. Now, getting straight into the playmaking, this man is known for his capability to generally switch his pace from going quick to slow. Like, it's an ability that in this league is highly appreciated, but very few people have the capabilities of doing it. Now, as you would guess, that would most likely mean we would go with Hall of Fame quick first step on this build, but unfortunately, we couldn't get that just because I wanted to firstly give him an 85 ball handle, which allows him to get gold quick first step, which will play a pivotal part in this. And then when it came to the speed, I wanted it to be a decent enough speed that he can move kind of fast, so we went with an 80. And then, of course, to help with the ability of changing speeds really fast, we went with an 88, which was the maximum acceleration we could get on this build, because for those of you who play the game enough, you will know that acceleration plays the biggest part in your ability to change speed. Now, when it comes to the speed of the ball, as this doesn't matter too tough, we decided to go with a 76 because it does allow us to get 14 total badge points off the rip with that +1. And then when it came to the pass accuracy, I wanted to get at least silver bailout on this build because he is averaging about 4.5 assists and 5.5 rebounds. So we want to get at least silver bailout, which requires a 78 pass accuracy and allows us to get a grand total of 20 total playmaking badge points on this build. Now, to round off the physical side of it, we decided to go with a 90 when it came to the stamina, just because the way the build is set out, there's a lot of scoring you're going to do, because this is built after a man who's averaging 31.3, I believe, in the league right now, which means you're doing a lot of scoring, in which case with a lot of it being at the rim, you will need a really high stamina for how often you'll be rim running and having kids tell you that all you can do is rim run. Now, defensively, he is not one of the greatest defenders of all time, but he does have a knack for it, as he's managed to increase his steals to, I believe, about 1.7 and his blocks to a whole block a game. So we went firstly with an interior defense of a 55. This was originally set out by the fact that we put his block all the way up to a 75, which for those of you who played the game enough, blocks basically pulls up interior defense. You need interior defense to be able to block because it's usually that you're blocking shots at the rim. Now, this does allow us to get bronze brick wall as well as interior lockdown tied up with gold chased on artist. On the perimeter defense side of things, we decided to go with an 80 just because we wanted the extra bash point, plus we wanted the ability of getting silver challenger and bronze clamps. He's not exactly known as the lockdown perimeter defender, which is why we didn't go any higher. However, when it came to steal, we decided to go with an 85 because he has improved his steals to quite a great rate. And at an 85 steal, of course, you have the capabilities of getting silver glove, which in my personal opinion is a half decent bash to run. Now, rebounding wise, he does average about 5.5 rebounds, so we had to put some respect on it. So we decided to go with a 78 when it comes to the defensive rebound, because that's where you'll be fighting most for the rebounds as a guard. And then a 68 when it comes to the offensive, meaning you're not that much of a slouch on the other side of the glass as well. Now, in total, this does mean that the build finishes with 23 defensive, 20 playmaking, 23 shooting, and 16 finishing badges, giving you a grand total of 23, 43, 69, 85 total bash points on this build before you get the +4 you get from having played through the My Career games, as well as I believe it should be +3 right now from having completed all previous seasons of NBA 2K23 Next Gen, including the current one, meaning that this build can go all the way up to 92 badges at the very least. Now, when it comes to takeovers, as with any SGA build, as I said, a lot of his shots come from getting to the rim, in which case you'll need easy blow-bys, because as it says, it enhances the ability to drive by defenders, making it easier to get to the rim. Plus, as we know with takeovers, it does boost speed and acceleration, meaning you'll be a whole lot harder to guard with this takeover run as your primary. And then when it comes to the secondary one, I would personally run negative impact, just because, as it says, reduces the impact of shot contests against pull-ups, step backs, and spin shots. Again, that happens to be a knack of his game, whereby he loves to take a lot of shots off the dribble and pulling up in people's face, spinning out the post, even though he's not the greatest post player like a post Kobe or a Dwayne Wade, Michael Jordan, but he's nice enough whereby he gets himself into the post just to help create a little bit of space when he's getting jump shots. So I would personally go with easy blow-bys to start off with, to help with boosting up the speed and excels amongst some of the physicals, and then negative impact just to help you when it comes to that shooting off the dribble type. Now, the players the build says we get in the shades of happen to be Vernon Maxwell, DeJounte Murray, and OG Anunoby, and the name of the build is an inside the arc. Sorry, it's a 3-level scorer. Wow, it gave me inside the arc shot creator before. Now, do all 3 of these basically play in the way that we've made this build? Yes, but do I believe all 3 of these are the names that should have come up? DeJounte Murray, yeah. OG Anunoby, I'm not too sure about that. Vernon Maxwell, never watched him play, but I do believe this is the closest thing to an SGA build you will find on the internet. If you find something much closer, do me a favor, go ahead and comment that down below in the comment section, because I would love to see this. But if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turn post notifications on. If you enjoyed today's video and want to see more content like this, do me a favor, go and drop a like on the video. And lastly but not least, don't forget to go down below in the comment section, tell me what you think about the build, whether you like it, hate it, or whether there's things you change about it, as well as telling me any other builds or videos you would like to see on the channel. It's been your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10. I'll catch y'all in a bit. Deuces.